What's good, fam? Man, you see your boy. You see them seatbelts. That mean it's mad dash time. I got a mad dash 46 miles, fam. 46 miles. I'm talking about I set up this load while I was trying to get dropped off for another load. I'll explain all that later. But I ain't even made the outro for the other video, so I got a mad dash over here. We're gonna get loaded. I'll let you know where we're going. Plus, I'll make the outro for the other video. So when you see this one, that's why it probably looks similar. But let me get my mad dash on, and I'll tap back in with you and let you know just what we're picking up and where we're going. As always, because we gotta go get another bag. Alright, fam, we pulling up to the gate. Let me see what we gotta get, and I'll tap back in with you. Let's see what we getting up out of here. Give me just a second, just a second. Yeah, I mean, it's very rare. It's very rare. I'm not gonna make you watch all of it. I'll just pick you back up once we get loaded up, or I'll pick you when we load the last one, because it's 5 of them. So give me just a second, fam. Huh? They could have had more room, but I got like a little I still have like a foot left. I have this crate that's at the front. All right, fam, we loaded and we got to get to moving, because it sounds crazy. I just finished the outro from the last video, but I just had to do this one because I didn't want things to get away from me and to give wifey time to start working on all these videos, so we can probably get you 2 in one day. But I got to get to moving, fam, because you know we already did hit the 46 miles from F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming. I know it sounds crazy because people are like, how you gonna get out of Wyoming? I told you, strategy, strategy, strategy. Wyoming is right there on the cusp of the border between Nebraska and Colorado. So we just drove 46 miles down to Fort Collins, Colorado, and we got to get 68 miles up the road to Denver, Colorado, to the airport, baby. And I don't know how long it's gonna take at that airport, but we got to get it there so we can get this load done and see what we got left. And based off the load from, we're gonna talk about that this video. Because we're going to have to straighten out some irregularities, some understanding. Or better, I didn't even think about it until like I seen certain comments and we talk about certain things, and I watch other YouTube content creators. We're going to have to talk about this rate and help narrow down some of the confusion that I think might be out there. And it's just based off my experience. So yeah, let me get up the road and we'll talk about that in just a minute. And don't worry, you're going to ride with me. It's just 68 miles. Get there in just a minute. Give me just a second, fam. right, fam. Let's go ahead and get this thing up out of here. Give me just a second. Alright, fam, we finito. We almost ran into some issues, man. I even made a little clip just in case that issue happened. So what happened was, you know the story always good when they be like, but what happened was, nah, fam, I got here, and when I gave Chad to check in and all that, for one, they sent me the wrong address, but I pulled up, I knew it wasn't right. So we had to leave up out of that one and go to the correct address once the amazing young lady gave me the right address. And when I got in there, she was like looking at the paperwork. She was like, all right, you need to put these labels on the package. All right, it's 5 pieces, 5 papers. All right, I'm not even finna worry about it. Just like when I tell you about the no-touch freight, like I get it, but I'm not even finna call back and waste my time going back and forth, because by the time I do all that, I could have slapped the 5 pieces of paper on it. Anyway, that's just me. I do what you want to do. And then she sits down and puts the stuff in the computer, and she's like, this has to be rebooked, because this was supposed to be dropped off no later than 9:15. I was like, so you mean come back tomorrow? She was like, yeah, they need to rebook it and see if they can get it on there for tomorrow. So I don't argue with nobody. She say, but first it was funny because she say, uh-oh, we have a problem. I say, no, ma'am, no, we don't. I say, there's an issue, and I'm going to come up with a solution for you, because in this game, you got to be ready to come up with solutions. You say you want to be the boss. You want to be the leader, the owner of the business. You need to have solutions. You ain't got time to be going back and forth. I was like, all right, I can fix this real fast. Because she said they wasn't taking it. So I got on the horn, called the broker. And I was like, hey, they said this need to be here by 9:15, and it doesn't need to be rebooked because it ain't rebooked. And she said, I told the customer to do it. I was like, I'm just telling what they say. She making it seem like I can't drop off today. They won't even take it. I say, now. Just go ahead and tell the customer now. If I got to stay overnight, I need a new rate con. And she said, a new rate con? I say, yeah, because they won't take it. I said, I'm going to give you the heads up now to tell the customer that new Raycon gonna have to have an extra $250 on it. I'm in Denver, baby. Hotels ain't cheap up here. So yeah, you're gonna have to have another $250 on it. She was like, okay, I'll pass that on to the customer. Man, not even 10 minutes went by. They was emailing me. That customer called so-and-so, go inside, they should take it. If not, call this number. I went in and explained it. Let's just say they took it. I'm all good either way. They took the load. It's done. I'm finito, baby. Hey, but it was good times. And it's still early in the day. It's just 1 o'clock out here in Denver. So I don't know what I'm about to do. But it was worth it. So, we left out of Fort Collins. Ran the 68 miles up the road. 68 miles. All the way to Denver. And they paid your boy $5.88 a mile. Yep. The $400. The $400 to go to 68. Now, I told y'all all this week we're going to be talking about stuff that y'all was mentioning in the live. We talked about mental health. Of course, we're going to expand on that later on in the future a little bit more, because I want to sit down and do an in-depth one. But we touched on it to keep you going. Sent you in the direction to go back and watch videos to keep you going. But now y'all can go back and watch videos where we've done expedited last load. You've seen it in other videos we've done last load. I talk about the $1 a mile. But then in the live, some people was like, oh, no, somebody said something about $2. And then I saw on a TikTok, it was people telling this young lady that was getting in the cargo van game, because she used to drive trucks, now she drives cargo van. And there was like a load, I think, was going to California, and it was paying like $2,500 from where she was at. It was over $1 a mile. And everybody was like, no, it needs to be $2 a mile. I get it. They're truck drivers / box trucks, so they thinking semis. And we were talking, a couple of us let her know, like, nah, you was getting over $1 a mile. That's kind of decent for where you're going. Like, yes, we would want more. And I've even seen comments on our posts like, hey, if it seems like it's this or that, it should be more. Let me explain. Let's clarify some things. So, remember I told you in other videos, don't overprice yourself. I've said all these things. And it'll throw some people off because of the market they might live in. Because, you know, us cargo van fam, we everywhere in the United States. We out here. But some people live in those markets. We talked about some like the Georgias, and we talked about the up north and the Illinois, the Ohios, the Indianas. We talked about Florida and California till we blew in the face. But some individuals that's in this game live in markets where I told you before, like not heavy traffic, or it's not a lot of people coming through that way, or not a lot of cargo vans, but whatever the case may be. And they see different numbers than those of us that are in bigger places. You know, I'm down in Houston, that triangle, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin. You know, we fooling around with the $1.10, sometimes $1.20. And they live in areas that might be closer to the middle of nowhere. And I won't say nowhere, but it's not a market that a lot of vehicles pass through. But it has enough volume where they live it that they might get those 180, 190, close to $2 sometimes over. Those individuals that might come in, that's why I say you have to do what's best for you all the time, because you have to understand your market. That's why your boy say, I'm a test dummy. I'm running all over the United States so you can get an idea of what your market look like and what to expect. Like, for example, when everybody was wondering like how I was going to get out of Wyoming. Trust me, I told you, I wasn't going up to Oregon and Washington. I didn't have a need to. Now, I'm not saying I won't ever go up there just to experience it, but I didn't have a need to. So when I accepted that load going into Wyoming, I already knew where it was at. It's only like 100 miles from Denver. I already knew that. If I had it the deadhead up out of there, I could have went back to Omaha, like it's loads that come out of there. But I understood that already because, you know, your boy, I deadhead a tank of gas. I know my regions because I'm running around to where I have a deadhead a tank of gas to. Now, if God want me to go to one of them places, I go. I might go just to see it for myself because I just want to see some of the scenery. But not because I need to go up there. But I say all that to say, like, to clarify the rate disparity. Like, some people live in places where, like I just did this load, it needed to get down here. Not that Denver isn't a hot enough area for cargo vans, but for where the location was at, up there but closer towards Wyoming, they needed somebody to get it back down. And by the time somebody probably left Denver, go up there, come back down, they probably would have missed the window to get it to the airport in time. So the numbers go up. So that's when it starts becoming expedited. Or like the load you saw me do in Louisville, like they knew they needed to get it around the corner and they had to make it more enticing because even though Louisville, I swear we gonna mess that up every time. Louisville might be a nice area, nice college town and all that stuff, but it's not a high passage rate of freight coming in and out for enough cargo vans, box trucks and all that to just be sitting there. So they were making more enticing so you to go. So when you see loads on the load board, sometimes they're enticing to get you there. But don't fall for the ones that'll be enticing to put you in the middle of nowhere that you can't get out of because there's no rate. Remember, I told you, South Dakota, North Dakota, stuff comes out of Rapid City sometimes in South Dakota, but it doesn't come out at a volume high enough for me to run up there, or you. But if you're up there, hey, go ahead, be my guest, be my guest. I'm just trying to help you understand and have an understanding of the rates. That's why some places have $1. That's why some places have $2. That's why some places try to lowball you at the 50, 60 cents. So understand the rates for the market you're in and the region of the United States that you're in, if that makes sense. So yeah, fam, I ain't gonna hold you up. I don't know what I'm about to do because it kind of threw me for a loop. I thought they was gonna give me a hotel room because they wanted your boy to hang out till tomorrow. And the crazy thing about it, I'm probably gonna stay in Denver tonight anyway. Unless I find something, because you know it's already 1 o'clock. And I told you, y'all be thinking your boy don't rest. If I take something at 1, I don't want to go that far. That's me protecting myself, like I tell y'all to do. It's a mental health thing for this as well, because if I take a load that's going 800 plus miles, that means I gotta go 12 hours plus. Nobody want to get somewhere in the middle of the night. Now, if I have to, I have to. If I don't, I don't. It all depends on how I feel. Right now, you know, 400 miles, I told you 3 hours for 200 miles. That's like 6 hours. It's 500 miles, 6, 7, almost 8 hours. 1 o'clock. I'll get there, probably jump an hour, depending on the time zone, and be cool. Still get there at a reasonable hour to relax and get some rest. Remember, that's why I told you $500 to $800 a day. But we picked up the $400 bag. So I can stay here. I can reposition. You really ain't nowhere to reposition out of Denver. You're already kind of in the position. It's just what will come out. But you already know. Yeah, boy. I'm finna tell you, because you already know. I'm going to hang out here if I don't see nothing. but I'm too close to the house. 2 tanks of gas. If don't nothing get to shaking the way I want to by tomorrow, I'm out. You know your boy don't hang around when it's just 2 tanks of gas. No. I will be going back to the highs in a minute to start and regroup. But for now, we're not going to risk that. God going to take us where we want to go. I just wanted y'all to have a clear understanding of the rates and how it works in different markets, how to get those expedited sometimes when it's high or low, how to ask for more. But hey, we got that 400 and we about to get the moving, baby. No matter where, if you just go to a hotel. But I ain't going to hold you up because I know y'all out there getting the bags. You saw I got 1 bag, and then we got another bag. It seems like it's going to be a 2 video day for y'all. Either way, fam, when I figure out what I'm doing next, you gonna be the first ones to know, cause y'all ride with your boy all the time. But as for this video, we finito, fam. So y'all keep y'all getting y'all bags. I'm gonna go get my bag, relax, whatever the case may be. But until the next video, y'all stay blessed.